Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and amazing, spectacular, wondrous Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master propaganda hero, psych defender of the fatherland, your vox populi, your beacon in the darkness of the 21st century. Here with my co-host, Basil the kitty cat, currently asleep on me, but I'm sure thinking about providing code commentary. In the north, it is JDSJDS. Apparently not JDSJDS 2, by the way. Those are apparently two separate people, anyways. Fighting here for America, freedom, and democracy. Rolling out here with the 3rd Armored Division here with the Mechanized Company, featuring the Mechanized Groups, Reserve Armor, Cavalry Riflemen, Mortar Half-Tracks, and Combined Arms with Machine Gun Infantry and Ambulances. Whereas the south, it is Angreifen, who's back after being away for quite a few months. No idea what happened there with him, but Angreifen does seem to be back here, fighting for the German Army, Deutschland, as more or less almost always. Rolling out here the defensive, featuring Osttruppen, defensive fortifications, Stug 3Es, Pack 43s, and the Sector Tiller with Panzerfaust Panzer Osttruppen. Taking on the role here of the 17th SS Panzer Grenadier Division Götz von Berlichingen. Fun fact, that was actually supposed to be initially named Charlemagne, but because the French SS division claimed that name, they obviously had to come up with another one. Little fun side note there. But as always, a big hearty thanks to my patrons and supporters, these champions, these heroes of the Propagandacast, to keep me in the business and ensure my little kitty here gets fed and has a place over his head. So big thanks to them. You too can join the Ranks Part Patreon page. You can always just donate. Links are in the description. Always comment, like, share, subscribe, press the bell button, and prevent Google from sending instructions to Basil to claw off my face if I don't get enough engagement bits. So double Osttruppen before here for Angreifen versus Strip Rifle there for JDS. Osttruppen on the west side here, Ralph Squad there by the western curve point here, looking to preventing like push up there. And there you go, first shots fired here, Osttruppen versus Ralph Squad. And apparently they find a tiny ditch where they actually get a bit of cover bonus there to fight against with. Finding there, Basil's awakened and clearly doesn't like sleeping on me while I'm doing commentary, so he's going to move off to, I believe, hide within his little coffin slash box. I call it the coffin because he has a little lid on it and hides within it during the day. So yes, Basil confirmed vampire cat. And who comes here? On the east side, we got MD4 Pioneers as well. Ralph's got being caught. We got the Osttruppen going for the cop on there. Angreifen playing his Osttruppen very aggressively. Here versus JDS. Track on the way there for JDS. Interesting choice here versus the Wehrmacht, but then again, if you've seen the Osttruppen, he may not figure his opponent's got Panzerfaust off, and certainly without anything like I like to make an company in the infantry company. Angreifen has access to that. In fact, he's going for only 2 Osttruppen and then taking up. Pretty aggressive strategy here from Angreifen. Pretty aggressive in the east here. Pioneers being Ralph up close. They're going to bleed out soon without more support here. Though technically the support guns then will take quite a bit of support, allowing the Pioneers to beat the Ralph Squad. Got the car point here. Dartrag out there for JDS, for freedom and democracy. Ralph Squad that flank up behind the MD42. And back here, Tech almost down there for Angreifen. Got the calf point there, but without Panzerfaust will be victims here to Dartrag, which is getting the 5th cal. No tech yet for JDS. Probably should prioritise that fairly fast. JDS returning the favour to Angreifen going for this calf point at the same time. Not a bad idea, obviously. Not a bad idea. Osttruppen being surrounded, being shot at. Dartrag there almost ready. Angreifen being fought with the Osttruppen here. And JDS, of course, calls the bluff. Still preventing for getting the point back, getting the Osttruppen away. Back here, Osttruppen done. Guessing we'll be seeing some Panzergrenadiers here for Angreifen. And we got early S-mines here, getting some damage in the retreating Ralph Squad here. Not a ton, insanely no kills, but very aggressive S-mine here from Angreifen, which actually is one of Angreifen's, I would say, defining features when it comes to like playing cam news. Like, he is very keen on laying down S-mines when he plays the Germans. And in fact, he plays more or less almost defensive a lot of the time, so he can lay down S-mines as the Oberkommando S as well. Well, I thought I'd get those. More S-mines here from Angreifen, just putting them down all over the place. And I mean, if you just want 50 munitions a patch, like, you know, you can quickly just spam them all over the place. There you go, Panzer Squad there for Angreifen, we'll need more of them. Lieutenant on the way here for JDS for freedom and democracy, also on the west side here for Angreifen. Machine gun setting up the centres. We all got 2 S-mine fields here, which will slow down JDS maneuvers a bit, will require minesweepers, but with the machine gun coming, he can't even easily clear them. So very interesting to hear what Angreifen's up to. Bunker up there for Angreifen. Heading eastwards to the Pioneers. Got the lieutenant out here for JDS for freedom and democracy. No minesweepers yet. Don't worry, Carl. It's not like they lay out a lot of mines like in massive minefields with tiny, small fragmentation mines. Don't worry. The Germans won't do that. They're not smart enough. Dartrag about here. And apparently he goes to the minesweeper anyways because probably for the best. We got more S-mines in again. He's just constantly down the sort of small bits. They're basically what he's doing is, you need 60 munitions to build the field, but you can at the same time just cancel it at any point once you've sort of laid down the different patches, at which point he's effectively just doing it like for 50 munitions a bop here, at which point, you know, you can sort of like spam all these small minefields of the place, making it harder for JDs to move out. And there go, hits the minefield there. Carl drops dead. I told you, Carl, not to worry about the mines. Now you're all in pieces. God damn it, Carl. You gotta just believe in me, Carl. You're embarrassing me here, Carl. You're embarrassing me. 2 pounds swat at Angreifen is definitely an aggressive strategy here, using the awesome base to just rush ahead there. Definitely not something often. It's typically, I would say, more something typically of a jabber strategy. In which case, I doubt we'll be seeing the half-track there for Angreifen. That'd be nice. Austin got the western point here, but pushing forwards there. Panzer here firing up on the Dart over the assault rifle, the Sturmgewehr 44. Racing bring up to clear out all of the many S-mines that the Angreifen's laid down. No S-mines there, so you can't hit them. But we could maybe hit a bang grenade off on the retreat path and maybe get a white. Racing bring up to grab S-mines, clear them out. There we go, Gebaldeladung, and the throw is, oh, not quite there, but still gets 2 kills with the Gebaldeladung. Nice little throw there, at least decent. JDS finds himself, I imagine, a bit struggling with this because most Paramount players just don't lay down a lot of S-mines, if any, and now we have Angreifen just flooding the field with them. 50 kill halfway down there for JDS. Like to make a nice comeback out there for Angreifen, also looking westwards here. JDS needs to push back out Angreifen soon. 5th cal right about ready, and multiple good addition here for JDS and the 3rd Armoured Division. Ralph's going up there, backed up by more squads. Panzer hiding behind the hedges there. But getting flanked here, JDS avoiding the minefield, very good. Unless of course you're Angreifen, in which case this is less good. Got Osman from the east, needs more troops on the east there, far more troops. Panzer reinforcing healing, nothing out of the light mechanized company as of yet. Panzer squad there backing off, looks like they want to take a more safe retreat path here. Troops setting up, Dartra good to go. No mechanized command push yet here for JDS for freedom and democracy. Straight into the MD42, Pioneer supporting it, very good. Does mean this side is exposed. We've got the 5th coming from the north here, not moving towards the western fuel point, instead focusing hard in the east. Panzer squad in trouble, and grabbing up retreating time. There you go, bang grenade off the Ralph squad. Does some damage to get some kills, but I think the Panzer squad will need to retreat soon. Pioneers push back into the lieutenant. Ralph squad that's suppressed MD42, they're getting flanked by the Dart Shock. Plus, we've got the 5th cal there, could take out the MD42, which would be a huge blow here to Angreifen. Down to 1 man. Pack 40 and away there for Angreifen and the German army. The 17th SS grabbing the eastern point here. Panzer was the Ralph squad. Continuing forwards. Far west, we got the Ostrom digging by the western victory point. Back here, we got the mechanized group there being set up there for JDS platoon command post, a mechanized headquarters. Got the eastern fuel point cut off there from Angreifen now. Could consider some cavalry rifle, a bit had some more punches with the Ostrom for sure. Victory 2 on the Dodge truck. Continuing westwards. Back here in Angreifen's base, the Pack 40 has arrived to support the 17th SS, a division mostly composed of ethnic Germans from Hungary and Romania. Parts of the division only had a few months of training, and parts of it had only weeks of training before the invasion of Normandy began. It was thrown into action. Dart truck firing away there, halfway to the ace level. Ground roast on point of the lieutenant. And we got weapon racks there for JDS, could also go for the Stewart, at least they had the fuel, but they didn't need the manpower. It only was the Ostrom on the west. The Ostrom will not do well, but we got the MD42 and the Panzer Grenadiers back up. The Ostrom very good there. 5th coming westwards here. Ostrom held the line in the east. We got the Pack 40 in as well here. Sent big from east back here by Angreifen's Pioneer. As in the west, the Ostrom continued to advance, backed up with the Panzer Grenadier and the machine gun there being dispatched eastwards. So back here, weapon max up. BAR's out there for the men. Dart truck knocked out here in the center. Pack 40 took it out. Was it a telemine? I think that might actually have been a telemine here from Angreifen. Oh, wasn't the Pack 40 actually meant to shoot for the hedges? Oh, yeah, yes it was. Good kill there then for Angreifen. Definitely a bit painful there for JDS up north here. Attempting push back, somebody taking too much damage from the Germans. And he's like focusing on getting like one of the fuel points onto his control fast, because otherwise Angreifen may much risk spawning this out of control, since due to Crossroads being a map with more points, it can also cause larger snowballing effects if you're not careful. Still latching on the way here. In the west we got the 5th cal, the Ostrom being pushed back though. Panzer squads in fact 2 of them moving into flank here. And so far Angreifen's been handling I think the mix of the Austrian and the Panzers quite well. The Austrian base sort of met and should hold the line, and the Panzer do the attack. In fact, it's sort of reflective, shall we say, of an folks going to be like, camping at least how it's supposed to be. Like you had a line element backed up in a regular Volkskanadian with rifles, and they had an assault element with Panzer or the assault rifles. In fact, I think also some late Panzer units were supposed to work like that. So I suppose in a sense that kind of being a bit historically correct there in terms of organization, if you will. There goes Sandbeck's down, and plenty here from him using this ability here from defensive fortifications, taking and win them. 2 thumbs up. We haven't seen more S-mines here. Actually, never mind, we've seen a much larger S-mine for the fact now covering the dark track itself. Lots of S-mines here from him. There he goes to him again. He even got S-mines there, though not from the Panzer going to use. That'd be quite impressive to keep it like that. The Steward rushing forward, so he's going to try and use the S-mines to have to kick some wipes. The Panzer's down to 1 man. Pack 40 shoots, getting the Steward. Steward just rushes forward, knowing he can stop something, tries to get out. The Pack 40's going to do more damage to it. I think that's the right response here by JDS. She can put me in trouble though. Wild Squad Colin in the middle of the S1 field. Minesweeper's being pushed back. Oh, the Panzer Squad wiped there. In fact, he's lost both Panzer Squads. Huge blow to Angreifen. That's definitely a big win there for JDS. Take advantage of back to use the Steward still. Infantry though in the minefield. Oh god, all the mines go off at the same time. But surprisingly, few casualties there for JDS. The machine gun now turns around there, forcing retreat. Here's Steward holding its way out of there. So yeah. Be mindful of that bit, while the mines will remain, detected for some time. Once the mines was gone, there will be some. It will only be for a brief while before the mines become cloaked again, and they can then sort of be set off. He's even got an Austrian school one. Angreifen's really in a tight spot, but he's still got good map control. And JD seems to be struggling a bit here with Angreifen. Just numerous S mines clearly. Steward knocked out. That's definitely great for Angreifen, but he needs to replace all these infantry losses. But still losing 2 Panzer squads is a significant blow there to the German army. Back here, troop reinforcing healing grenades for JDS on top of the weapon racks. Yeah, fair enough. And I think more 50 cals or more could actually be a good investment here for JDS rather than grenades now. But we got tech there for Angreifen pushing ahead here. Very good. They're looking to take advantage of his initial lead here, and the currency change. Despite I'd say he probably I think is a bit short on troops still, and maybe shouldn't be taking hit that fast on until he's replaced some of his losses. But we shall see. Ralph Squad being forced back to the 50 cal and the lieutenant, also equipped with at least 1 BAR. Quite the match so far in some ways. And West was the Ralph Squad, the 5th cal, Lieutenant West was well, probably going to go for the car pod first and then go for the field point. Around the centre. More S mines from Angreifen, very good. He's very consistent with that for sure. Absolutely incredibly consistent. Very good work there. The S-man for those wandering, basically was a jumping mine or bounding mine that basically worked by, getting triggered, then jumping up to there and then releasing fragments at a range where it's going to really hurt people. And usually they test, internal organ range. Little fun fact there. Captain on load for JDS, who's probably thinking he's not going to be pushing for armor anytime soon here versus Angreifen. And that's needs S, anti-tank weapons, more S-mines here from Angreifen again. Very consistent S-mine, incredibly consistent. Plus 4 panzers here for Angreifen, 2 thumbs up. Punish the echelons. Whoa, something went flying there. Punish the echelons, losing out since they got carbons on close plus minesweeper, which is very useful. Last coming up here, kids still need to stay clear of the S-mines. JDS need to stay clear of those. Because your men have terrible short-term memory. Alright guys, be careful, we're in the middle of a dirt road. Yeah, I don't know what I was talking about. Just keep going.
Captain just took the battlefield.
Ground Western Point. Captain out there for JDS. The 3rd Armoured. Pioneers bring eastwards here. There's so many S-mines. Good God. It's like Angreifen's determined to use every S-mine that every other player fails to use. Of course, I'll just realise you got a lot of munitions doctrines like these, so he's using them like just spam mines, which is not a bad idea either. I know some players like to get frustrated. Your opponent starts spamming S-mines, partly because again, most players don't do it, so they don't have to deal with it. But it can still be frustrating, can really hamper your movements. Maybe it's also because of Angreifen and nerfing the S-mines in the upcoming patch. It's like, he's coming back. We gotta stop him. He's using tactics against the allied player base. They can't handle it. Anyways, S-mines down there from Angreifen again. Also, Mr. Lieutenant there. Comes holding up here. And again, the mines can sort of help with it, but even then, theoretically, fires a grenade or anything else in the S-mines while there's still units on, they can go off. But it also just requires them to keep the mines for the closest troops at any time, so he just won't be going anywhere because there's mines. Going for tier 4, I would say that's a pretty ambitious move of Angreifen. They've not recommended you to say go for Panzer IVs and whatnot, but you know, he's so far, despite losing 2 Panzer IVs, able to just maintain great momentum. Partly again due to the sheer number of S-mines. You just go after here. There you go, more S-mines going off. More S-mines. Even more S-mines. They're just bleeding out JDS and they're slowing him down spectacularly. Like, you know, he's actually getting a good chunk on the map, but he like the times when he just really delivered like, you know, a hammer blow to Angreifen. The sheer number of S-mines just meant he couldn't exploit it. Panzer Fortress to us deal with the captain. Panzer with the Valve Squad, the captain. You can pop the bung grenade there. Oh, grenade on the Panzer Grenadiers. Heavy damage, they need to retreat soon. JDS showing he's got that grenade trick up as well. No heavy Panzer Corps built yet here for Angreifen. Machine gun up from the flank. He needs some fuel point there. Oh, he moved off to the rear since they're too busy trying to clear up mines. Forgot about the fuel point. Oh dear. But at the same time, you probably should be leaving another unit to grab the fuel and then use the reason to keep clearing S-mines because otherwise they're going to hurt a lot here against JDS. Major on the way there for JDS. Well, of course, the Panzer Grenadiers.
The capture point is being overrun.
More pioneers here for Angreifen and the German army. Pioneers from about the centre. Got one anti-tank ready here for JDS. Interesting enough, we've only seen like, you know, so far a single dog truck. We haven't seen any cavalry riflemen, for example. Pioneers at court laying down more S-mines.
We're losing a capture point.
Panzer there's the Valve Squad pushing them back. Heavy Panzer Corps out there for Angreifen and the German army. So he's in front of the Panzer Grenadier. Moving towards the centre. Tech almost down there for JDS. He definitely needs to work hard on the fuel point. This is really a dangerous moment for JDS. Like, he's just started to like push aggressively as he can as the Americans because again Angreifen's just dominating the fuel point so successfully. Again, in part just S-man and the stuffing out of the Eastern one, which really makes it hard for him to like, you know, do what he wants to do, which is great for Angreifen, but definitely a problem there for JDS. I mean, this is probably one of those situations where like the Wehrmacht player can easily go for tier 4 because he's just got such a fuel lead. It's going to be incredibly difficult for JDS to punish him for like, you know, going for the heavy Panzer Corps. But that said, what he's going to go for is another matter entirely. But JDS needs to like focus hard on the fuel, needs to work better defending it, and he needs to get out some tanks. Strong Panzer meanwhile for Angreifen here. He's also going to need at least one more anti-tank gun. Might even need like 2 more anti-tank guns. Going for the cop on there, very good ground rushing. Oh, the captain's not on the field point. Oh, the rotten luck there for JDS. Diplo catching them before to a pretty bad spot there. Force them retreat. Panzer they're being pushed back. More S-mines, I think? Was there just a trick of the eye? There we go. Austin with that machine gun. Strong Panzer 4 halfway down there for Angreifen. This JDS probably imagine starting to realise, oh dear, he's going to hit me with something really, really big. And it's not a Gutenberg Bible. Pioneers going to get to Ralph Squad there, grabbing some fuel point. Typical holding up here. Pioneers going to release some fuel point to keep it out of JD's hands for a bit longer at least.
We're at 200 points.
200 points left here for JDS with Angreifen's 488. Going for the Western Victory point as well. Sturmpanzer 4 ready. Pioneers routed. There's one squad major moving into this minefield, clearing out the remaining one there. Put grenade at the Pioneers, there you go, pile up a grenade away. Ground Western Victory point. Good hit on the Pioneers and forcing them away successfully. Captain charging the Panzer, being charged with the Panzer Grenadiers here, not a great move there I think, but Angreifen the Panzer taking too much damage. We've got several BARs plus the Thompson focusing them down. Sturmpanzer rise, signaling its presence. The Major then retreats into the S-man field, taking further casualties. Oh dear. We'll have to see how JDS reacts to this. Probably another anti-tank, at least that would expect them to arrive here to the Sturmpanzer. We cross the straight for the fuel point, pushing where the JDS Rab squad. Panzer is supporting as well, very good. More S-mines going off, more casualties. The S-mines continue to be a explosive investment here for Angreifen. Entertain, they're getting hammered. Coming up here on the west side. Ostrom being hammered at from all sides, so causing mindful of the Sturmpanzer. Panzersport flanking in there. Get by the landing on the 5th car, forcing the way there. Lieutenant caught in the middle, there goes Sturmpanzer, shoots. Shot goes a bit off here. Anti-tank holding back in. Die, need reinforcement healing. JDS could go for a Sherman soon. I would probably recommend the 76 mm Sherman. It's going to have a better penetrating power. This is a Sturmpanzer. Raubscourt, they're about to get right with the double flamethrowers here of Angreifen. No minesweepers for him because he knows he's the one that's laying down the mines. He's the one that knocks. Raubscourt, they're wiped.
We lost an infantry unit. They got wiped out.
Sturmpanzer moving about in the west ground. Most important, the Panzer going to do that.
A capture point is under attack.
Raubscourt reaching again against the Panzer going to do there. Sturmpanzer out here for Angreifen. Still nothing there from JDS in his base. Is he planning a Jackson? I guess he could go for that. Ground loose opponent, the Pioneers. Pioneers squabbling up there as well. Also in the centre here with the light machine guns aplenty. Sturmpanzer up to the base. Firing away there. Great hit there on the machine gun placement. Swinging hard east to try and outmaneuver here Angreifen's main line. I think it's a really good move there by JDS rather than just try to attack head on into the prepared Panther heavy cover with Sturmpanzer backing up. That would be, well, fairly suicidal, at least not particularly concerning the immense welfare and well-being. Ground loss some points here. We got 472 versus 477. He's grabbed some points fast though. Pushing him away. We got a Panther here for Angreifen. The Panzer campaign front. JDS can now go for the Jackson tank destroyer, I think. Should be soon. Nope, he needs a bit more fuel. Just a tiny bit of fuel, but he's clearly going for that. No. We've got a machine gun back on the centre of Angreifen. Kind of wish he maybe gone for the concrete bunker since that would be a bit more interesting in some ways. Raubscourt being pushed back. Machine retreating. Panther halfway down there for Angreifen. Anti-tank and ready. Can't go for the Jackson now. I'm probably just calling another anti-tank here, to be honest. Also load the armor-piercing, discarding Sapo rounds onto the anti-tank as well there. Jackson on the way there for JDS finally. Could use the Captain Supervisor. I think that'd be a great idea if he wasn't busy grabbing the fuel point. Got 2 Panzer watching the flank here, catching behind JDS' front line. Heading a weak spot there in the front. Very good there by Angreifen. Thumbs up to that. And I'm sure JDS is not quite appreciative towards Angreifen's ability to find weaknesses in the front. There you go, bun grenade off here, forcing Raubscourt away there. Should go from 1 to tank guns, maybe another 5th kill after that. Panther out here for Angreifen, the Panzerkampfwagen 5, Pride of the Faserland. Panzer the big hose down with the Lieutenant Captain Raubscourt here. And West Reserve fresh troops, trying to extend the front here, maybe force Angreifen to defend a bit more than can chew off. Also, no more mines, I think, from Angreifen. Can't help but feel a bit disappointed at that. Something quite else to just see a player just lay down so many S-mines all over the place. Tank destroyer ready here for JDS with the M36 Jackson tank destroyer. Almost in point. Panther moving forwards. Jackson moving out as well. Also Mr. Raubscourt, Lieutenant Captain in the east, that's going to retreat for the Ostrom. Jet Panther taking a direct hit from the Jackson. Flooding a bit of manpower, I definitely think JDS really should go for another 50 cal. I mean, 5th cal anti-tank, but another 5th cal would also be great because of the Panzer grenades for sure, and the support weapons. He could also consider mortar, but a lot actually could also, I think, go quite a bit away here versus the machine gun and the anti-tank there under Angreifen's command. So, plenty of things to do with the manpower here. JDS just, you know, needs to do something with it, which I think is the critical element here. Oh, what is this? We got the reinforced repair bunker out for Angreifen. 2 thumbs up. Fun fact, this is just a model of the old concrete bunker repair bunker they ported off from the first game. I think they use the exact same texture, so it looks a bit rubbish if you zoom in too much. But yeah, pretty much the exact same thing. Rob goes to the Ostrom here. Fix up the Sturmpanzer and the Panther. Got a lot of repair parties to work on that. Speeds up repairs. But we see that JDS actually managed to get some map controller back versus his opponent, but he's still for a lot of manpower. At least he is going for another anti-tank gun, which will prove to be, of course, crucial as all the German armor. Meanwhile, the Angreifen keeps wielding these Panzer grenades like he's possessed by a true stormtrooper. Launching attack after attack, looking for weak spots, and then just sweeping through them with the Panzer grenades. Jackson, they're finding out the building, hopes to clear it out somehow. Troops being pushed back. Got the Sturmpanther moving forwards. Definitely putting some pressure on JDS once more. His anti-tank being hauled away as well. R1 ready. Infantry Intelligence got the Panzer pushing forwards. Jackson occupying the centre. Really harsh push there by Angreifen against JDS. And the centre continue fighting here. Really feel like I'm not been a great victory for JDS with like 2 mortars. Even like a pack howitzer from the company command post. Just some sort of artillery from JDS I think will go a long distance for him against Angreifen. But so far, he seems to be very much a no artillery man. Got the pack body, that's pretty great there for JDS, particularly grab it, but the machine gun is proving to be quite the obstacle. There you go, 2 thumbs up there, remembering to use the Incendiarma Pigeon rounds. Excellent. I know, look, the birds, we've got the Mega Wing up, going to call in the artillery, get that way and that way. That's nice. Handling westwards here. Needs to got the Ralph Sport, the Captain 10, all finding up the Panther Sports here, who got the light cover. Jackson soon pursued by the Panther. Panther Sports there being hosed down. Solidify push out the machine gun and the Awesome haul away the Pack 40 to safety. Last Scott Lieutenant Captain of the Panther Grenadier Squads. Jackson being repaired. Scott on the way there for JDS, finally going for some artillery, in this case self-propelled. Not bad, but I think I prefer saving up the fuel in this case for tanks and just go for mortars rather than the Scott. But again, the Scott is very good. I mean, make no mistake, the Scott's incredibly good, but I do think some rates are great in there. Go machine gun and center point here in a significant optical. The guys for tanks opening up. Quick cleaning up the machine gun bunker here with ease. Down it goes. Machine gun in trouble here with the pioneers, but the Shum opening up, putting further pressure on JDS. Almost got that. Scott halfway done. Panther opening up the right squad and saying he's doing about to quickly deal with it. Turn around. Or perhaps he's worried about the Sturmpanzer, which is obviously more direct threat to the tank. There you go. 10 almost taken out here by Angreifen. He's pushing these Jacks moving up there. Plus some tanks. They're going for the Sturmpanzer, but misses. Scott ready here. The M8A1. Howitzer motor carriage. Should caught here with the M42 at fairly point blank range. No motions there from JDS. Pioneers pushing up the centre. No machine to help that up. Storm Panzer with 7 kills. Panzer moving up the centre here. Straight for the juggler here by Angreifen. No mercy. I guess that's a kill there for the Scott. Duel between the Scott and the Storm Panzer. I think it's going to be a very slow duel, but one I think that inevitably will be won there by Angreifen's Storm Panzer. Pioneers right here. We got transport here. They could pop a 1 grenade, which is attempt to. Pack firing out the Jackson. There you go. Gabali landing into the midst of the troops. And oh, he's not moving in time. And that could have been a lot worse for JDS. These Panther Storm having into the base here. Scott being pushed back. Until if I rain down, they're not doing a lot there. Scott firing away there in futile effort. Got positions out there. Ambulance knocked out here. And Storm Panzer shoots in the base here. Getting further kills in here on JDS. Could use the bunker busting barrack, and he's not using that one. He's actually keen use of abilities, so it's a bit surprising he doesn't use that one, but I guess he doesn't want to like, commit to it, but he's going to be pushed out of the base maybe. That would make sense. Bunker they're pushing away from the car point once more. Jackson entanglement pushing back the Sturmpanzer. Almost got the Sturmpanzer for the Lieutenant Corporal with MD42. Panther down to less than half health. Ambulance weather for JDS. Morris wants to go from Jackson. Pack ready. Go ahead, almost got the Jackson. Got the Incendiar Pit Mantis. More or less slaughtering the anti-tank crew. And there you go. Down they go. Down they go. There we go. GG, game over. Loss here for JDS. A victory for Angreifen. Overall, I thought this match was fairly interesting, mostly again just because of the way that Angreifen used these mines incredibly aggressively and disruptively, just making it hard for JDS to just make those sweeping pushes and just gain control of the map there. And particularly after those heavy losses he suffered, like when he lost those 2 Panther Grenadier Squads plus and last problem, the S-mods I think effectively allowed Angreifen to sustain himself and not just completely collapse like a balloon that just got popped So, or, had the air let out, you get the idea. So I think, again, just a really good display of that, how minds can be really effective. Like the S-Bonds, again, give signs to your opponent and all that, like, they can still be quite effective when you just slow down your opponent, actually giving you something of a buffer to that way, slow down your main attacks, even like you suffer significant losses. So something to consider there, some food for thought. Plus, it's nice to see Angreifen back. Again, he's been gone for like months, possibly like half a year more. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell friends, tell family, don't tell me. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all tomorrow again for another episode. Bye.